Chapter 5. Fundraising Planning. A step-by-step guide for nonprofits. A fundraising plan is your roadmap to securing the financial support your nonprofit needs to thrive. Without one, you risk wasting time, missing opportunities, and struggling to meet your funding goals. This plan provides a structured, step-by-step process to ensure you stay on track and maximize fundraising success. A well-structured fundraising plan benefits your nonprofit in multiple ways. Financial stability keeps your programs funded and operational. Strategic growth helps you expand sustainably. Stronger donor relationships strengthens your connection with supporters. Resource efficiency ensures your team's time and money are well spent. Accountability and focus keeps your leadership and fundraising team aligned. A nonprofit likely has multiple funding sources, personal networks, major gifts, individual donors, corporate sponsors, legacy gifts, and grants. A fundraising plan structures your approach to securing these resources, ensuring long-term financial health and keeping your organization accountable. The fundraising planning process. Fundraising planning is a team effort that involves your nonprofit's leadership, your board of directors, executive team, and staff. These stakeholders help shape a realistic, effective plan based on their expertise. Your job is to bring everyone together and follow this process to create your plan. Step 1. Define fundraising goals. What is your fundraising goal for the year? Be specific. How much funding will come from each source? Individuals, grants, corporations, etc. What benchmarks will you use to track progress? Step 2. Develop a plan of care for donor segments. The plan of care is the communication process that nurtures potential donors into long-term supporters. Here's how you engage different donor groups. Personal network. Reach out to friends, family, and professional connections. Major gifts. Build relationships with high-net-worth individuals. Individual donors. Use email, social media, and events to engage small donors. Legacy giving. Educate supporters about planned giving options. Corporate sponsorships. Approach businesses aligned with your mission. Grants. Identify and apply for funding opportunities. Example of a plan of care for major gifts. 1. Understand their passions. Reach out to prospective donors through a personalized survey, phone call, or in-person meeting. Ask thoughtful questions to uncover what causes matter most to them and how they envision creating impact in your field. 2. Listen and learn. Conduct surveys or informal conversations to gather their insights about your organization and the broader sector. What do they admire about your work? What changes or improvements would they like to see? 3. Acknowledge and appreciate. Follow up promptly to thank them for their input and share how their perspectives are shaping your programs. This shows you value their voice and are committed to listening. Showcase their impact. Send a tailored portfolio, business plan, or program summary that reflects their input and demonstrates how their involvement can drive meaningful change. Make it clear their opinions matter and their support can make a difference. 5. Invite them to experience your work. Extend personalized invitations to events, program visits, or exclusive networking gatherings. Let them see your mission in action and connect with others who share their passion. 6. Deepen the relationship once they're engaged. Schedule a one-on-one meeting to discuss their interests and explore how they can play a more significant role in your organization's success. 7. Introduce them to leadership. Arrange a meeting with a board member, executive director, or program leader to solidify their trust and connection. This leader will steward the relationship moving forward, ensuring they feel valued and supported. 8. Make the ask. When the time is right, confidently invite them to make their best gift. Frame the ask around their passions and the impact they want to create, showing how their contribution will bring their vision to life. Step 3. Identify resources and tools. You need the right tools to execute your plan effectively. Consider CRM software, Salesforce, Bloomerang, Donorbox, grant research platforms, Foundation Directory Online, GrantStation, fundraising platforms, Classy, GoFundMe Network for Good, marketing tools, MailChimp, Constant Contact, Canva. Step 4. Assign roles and responsibilities. Board members leverage their networks for funding connections. Executive leadership oversee execution and maintain donor relationships. Development team manage fundraising campaigns and grant applications. Marketing team handles social media, email outreach, and storytelling. Volunteers assist with research, outreach, and event planning. Step 5. Establish a fundraising budget. Break down how much funding you need to execute the plan. Technology and software, CRM, fundraising tools, email marketing platforms, marketing and outreach, social media ads, donor events, printed materials, fundraising events, venue, catering, entertainment, promotional materials, consulting and grant writing fees, if external expertise is needed. Step 6. Build strategic partnerships. Secure matching gift programs to increase donation impact. Develop corporate sponsorships to gain financial and in-kind support. Form community partnerships to expand reach and influence. Step 7. Monitor progress and adjust strategies. Track financial goals and adjust projections. Measure donor retention and engagement. Assess campaign success based on return on investment (ROI). Fundraising planning template. This template helps you and your board create a fundraising plan by answering key questions in a structured format. Fundraising goal. What is your total fundraising goal for the year? How does this funding support your mission? Plan of care for donor segments. Who are your key donor groups? Personal network, major gifts, individual donors, corporate sponsors, legacy gifts, grants. What specific steps will you take to engage each segment? Resources and tools needed. What fundraising platforms, donor management software, or marketing tools will you use? What additional support staff, volunteers, consultants is needed? Roles and responsibilities. Who is responsible for major gifts, grants, donor outreach, and event planning? What tasks are assigned to the board, executive team, and staff? Fundraising budget. What are the estimated costs for fundraising activities? How will resources be allocated efficiently? Strategic partnerships. What businesses, foundations, or community organizations can support your fundraising efforts? How will you engage and maintain these partnerships? Fundraising calendar. What are the deadlines for grant applications, campaigns, and donor outreach? What major fundraising events are planned for the year? Progress monitoring and adjustments. How will you track fundraising performance? What metrics will determine the plan's success? By filling out this template, you and your leadership team can create a focused, actionable fundraising plan that sets you up for success. The power of resource development and team building. Success in fundraising doesn't happen by chance, it happens by design. If you want to secure the funding your nonprofit needs, you must build the right infrastructure and assemble a capable team to execute your plan. Before launching any campaign, ensure that your organization has the tools, systems, and resources in place, all professionally branded with your organization's colors and logo to maintain credibility and consistency. Different funding sources require different strategies. The approach to winning grants is not the same as securing corporate sponsorships or attracting individual donors. Each segment has a unique plan of care, and you must equip yourself accordingly. Resource development. Building the right tools and infrastructure. Before you can successfully attract funding, you need the right tools. Prepare. Here's what you need to prepare for each type of funding. 1. Individual donors. Engaging and retaining supporters. Donor management system DMs. A CRM like Bloomerang, DynoPerfect, or Salesforce to track donations and donor interactions. Fundraising campaign toolkit. Professionally designed brochures, emails, and social media graphics, giving tiers and impact statements. A structured donation tier system showing clear impact at each level. Online donation platform. A seamless, branded, and easy-to-use online donation page. Recurring giving program. Structured monthly giving program that offers incentives for long-term support. Storytelling video content. Engaging videos that connect donors to your mission emotionally. 2. Corporate funding. Securing business partnerships. Corporate sponsorship package. A professional presentation of sponsorship opportunities and benefits. Business proposal templates. Customizable proposals for corporate giving and sponsorship. Networking and outreach strategy. A structured plan to connect with corporate decision makers. Recognition and publicity plan. Branded materials for acknowledging corporate sponsors, social media shoutouts, plaques, annual reports, employee giving and volunteer program. Tools to engage corporate employees in workplace giving and volunteerism. 3. Grants and foundations. Winning institutional funding. Grant calendar and application tracker. A structured system for managing deadlines and submissions. Grant proposal and LOI templates. Pre-written, customizable templates for grant applications and letters of inquiry. Impact and financial reports. Clear, well-documented program outcomes and budgets required by funders. Funder alignment strategy. A targeted approach to researching and prioritizing grant opportunities. 4. Legacy gifts and planned giving. Encouraging long-term impact. Planned giving brochure. Educational materials explaining estate giving options. Dedicated planned giving webpage. A webpage with donor testimonials and estate planning resources. Legacy Society Program. A donor recognition program for those who commit to long-term giving. Partnerships with estate planners and financial advisors. Build relationships with professionals who can advise potential donors. Building a strong fundraising team. Fundraising is not a solo endeavor. You need the right people on board, and many organizations cannot afford to hire full-time fundraising staff. That's where strategic recruitment of board members, volunteers, and contractors becomes essential. 1. Identify the roles you need. Major gift officers to cultivate and solicit high net worth donors. Grant writers to research and apply for funding opportunities. Corporate outreach coordinators to build relationships with business sponsors. Marketing and communications experts to craft compelling donor messages and manage social media. Fundraising event planners to organize and execute fundraising events. Appointment setters to set appointments with prospects. Social media manager to manage the organization's social media fundraising promotions. 2. Activate your board members. Your board members are your biggest champions. Get them involved in fundraising. Here's how. Set clear expectations. Define their fundraising role and responsibilities. Train and equip them. Provide scripts, templates, and coaching. Assign tasks based on strengths. Leverage their networks and expertise. Hold them accountable. Implement progress tracking and reporting. 3. Recruit volunteers and contractors to support the mission. Leverage volunteer platforms. Use sites like Catchafire, VolunteerMatch, and LinkedIn to find skilled volunteers. Engage pro bono professionals. Recruit marketing experts, writers, and fundraisers willing to contribute their time. Form specialized fundraising committees. Create groups focused on donor engagement, grant writing, and events. Hire contractors when needed. If expertise is lacking, bring in a professional grant writer, designer, or consultant on a contract basis. Move from planning to execution. You now have the blueprint. Now it's time to act. Build the infrastructure, recruit your team, and put your fundraising strategy into motion. A well-equipped and well-organized team will transform your fundraising efforts, helping you secure the resources you need to make a lasting impact.